If you're trying to get in real estate and feeling overwhelmed or even scared of losing money, this might be the smartest place to start. See, most people jump into real estate the hard way, and that's usually why they burn out before they even get traction. I've watched a lot of new investors get excited about real estate and then crash and burn. They usually start with things like fix and flips or even buying rentals. And on paper, those sound great. But here's what actually happens. With fix and flips, you're buying a property, often with personal money and loans. You have to move fast to win the deal, which means you miss things. Repairs cost more than expected, timelines drag out, holding costs stack up, and before you know it, the profit that you thought you had is gone, or worse, you're losing money. Rentals aren't much easier at the beginning either. People often overpay. They underestimate expenses, they assume perfect tenants and zero properties going vacant. Then the reality hits. Negative cash flow, unexpected repairs, late night tenant calls. And the deal that was supposed to make money starts costing money. The result is usually the same: frustration, discouragement, and quitting before things ever click. But here's the part most people don't think about. There's a way to start in real estate without taking on all that risk. When you're new, the biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong strategy, it's choosing the strategy that a lot of cash, a perfect team, and zero mistakes right out of the gate. See, most beginners don't have deep pockets, a trusted contractor, or even years of experience. So when something does go wrong, and it usually does, the downside is just brutal. That's why starting with a low-risk strategy matters more than starting with a big one. And that's exactly why I started with wholesaling and why I still believe it's the smartest way to begin. When I first got into real estate, I didn't have much cash. I just had gone through my own personal setback, and I used to think you needed a rich uncle or a ton of money in the bank to even get started. Then I learned about wholesaling, and here's what clicked for me. You don't buy the house, you don't fix the house, you don't deal with tenants. You just simply find motivated sellers, put a property under contract, and assign that contract to a buyer who wants to buy it. You're basically matching sellers and buyers and getting paid for it. And the best part, you can do this multiple times a month. Nationwide, average wholesale fees are often in the $10,000 to $15,000 range, depending on the market. There's very little financial risk. You don't have any loans, no contractors, no long-term commitments. And that's how I got my start. My first deal made me $4,000, and that turned into a side hustle, which turned into a real business. And after 3 years of wholesaling, I was able to leave my corporate job, and since then, I've done over 600 deals. And yes, you can do this from your couch. No property ownership, no big upfront investment, no unnecessary headaches. Just a clear path to cash flow while you're learning the business. So if you've been thinking about getting started in real estate but didn't know where to begin, that's why wholesaling makes sense. Go ahead and click the link in the description to learn more. And if this video helped you see real estate differently, share it with someone who's been on the fence. Sometimes the smartest move isn't starting big, it's starting smart.